In this video, we will provide an overview of the tools and features in SyncOnSet to help you succeed as a costumer. This tutorial assumes that you've already entered your script breakdown in the system. If you need to learn that process, please check out the SyncOnSet Basics course offered by EP Academy. By the end of this video, you'll be a SyncOnSet Pro from prep to wrap. We'll start by discussing characters. There are many reasons why you might need to create a character, whether a character is missing from the script breakdown, or if you need to create a background character. To create a character from the character index, click the blue Add button on the top right. In the pop-up that appears, first select whether the character is a principal or background character by using the type dropdown at the top. Your options will change depending on which character type you select. In either type, the character's name is the only required field. When creating a background character, you can specify the total count by using the count field. Once you've filled out the desired fields, you can click the Save button to create the character, or you can click the plus button to create the character and add another. Characters can also be created on the Scene View page. The Scene View page can be accessed by clicking on the hyperlinked scene number anywhere a scene number is visible. This page displays all of the characters in a particular scene separated into a principals table and a background table. To create a new character, click the blue Add button on the table of the character type that you'd like to create, then click Create New. The same Create Character form will appear. Enter the character's information, then click Save to create the character. Note that creating a character this way will also add that character to whichever scene you're currently viewing. If you need to add an existing character to a scene, you can do so in a few different places in SyncOnSet. First, let's discuss how to add a character to a scene on the Character View page. You can access the Character View page by searching for a character in the Universal Search, or by clicking on the hyperlinked character name anywhere a character's name is displayed. To add the character to a scene, click the blue Add button on the Scenes table. Next, select all of the scenes that you'd like to add the character to. If you're working on a traditional episodic, be sure to select the correct episode first. Once finished, click Save. This workflow is useful when you need to add a single character to many scenes at once. Characters can also be added to a scene on the Scene View page. Click the blue Add button on either the Principals or Background tab, then click Add Existing. If adding an existing principal character, select each of the characters you'd like to add to the scene from the dropdown, then click Save. If adding an existing background character, search for the character's name with the search bar, enter a count, then click the plus button to add them to the scene. This workflow is useful when you need to add multiple characters to a particular scene. The final place that you can add characters to scenes is the Scene Index, which can be accessed by clicking Scenes in the top navigation bar. To do so, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the desired scene, then click Edit. Under the Principals column, click Add/Remove. In the pop-up, use the Principals dropdown to select which characters you'd like to add. You can remove a character by clicking the X in line with that character. Click Save, then Save again to confirm. As a pro tip, you can use the Edit All button to open up all scenes for editing, allowing you to follow these steps for multiple scenes at once. A complete list of actors for the entire production can be found on the Actor Index. You can sort by actor name, character number, or next fitting date. You can use the search bar at the top left of the table to search by actor, character name, or character number. To create an actor, click the blue Add button. In the pop-up that appears, you can enter specific actor details. Only the name is required. You can assign an actor to a character by clicking the drop-down in the character field and then selecting a character from the list. Click the blue Create button to create the actor, or click the plus button to create the actor and add another. If you didn't assign the actor to a character when you created the actor, you can do so by clicking the vertical ellipsis in line with the actor, then click Edit. Click the drop-down under the Characters column and select a character from the list. You can assign an actor to multiple characters by selecting each character from the dropdown. While you can assign multiple characters to an actor, only one actor can be assigned to a character. Once you've created your actors, you're now ready to begin entering their costume sizes. You can do so on the Actor View page. Click the hyperlinked name of an actor to access that actor's view page. Here, you'll see a costume sizes table, an actor info table, and a sidebar on the right. To add costume sizes, click the Edit Sizes button on the Costume Sizes table. In the pop-up that appears, you can add the actor sizes in a wide variety of fields. Once you're finished, be sure to click Save. The Actor Info table contains information about the actor that's shared across departments. To edit this information, click the Edit Info button on the Actor Info table. In the pop-up that appears, you can add information such as allergies, piercings, wig sizes, hair color, and eye color. As always, click Save to save your work. The sidebar contains additional information for the actors, such as fitting dates and contact information. To edit these details, click the sidebar ellipsis, and then click Edit. In the pop-up, you can edit details like the actor's name, gender, age, the character they play, a note shared across departments, fitting date and time, start work date, and contact information. To add a fitting date, click the date field and select a date and time. You can also leave a relevant comment if you like. If you have the permission to view actor contact info, you'll also be able to add or edit that information here. You can also enter an actor's start work date here. Be sure to click Save to confirm your edits. You can add any department-specific notes by clicking the pencil icon. These notes will only be viewable by those who have access to the costumes department. Finally, you can add an actor's headshot from the sidebar. Click the sidebar ellipsis, then click Add Photo. Drag and drop the photo or select a photo from your computer. Be sure your photo is either a JPG or PNG file type. Headshots will display in the sidebar as thumbnails on the actor index and on the actor fitting report. You can print an actor fitting report directly from the Actor View page. To do so, click the sidebar ellipsis, then select Print. This report generates in a new tab and contains the actor's headshot, contact information, fitting details and measurements, and any actor-specific notes. You can either print the report or save it to your computer as a PDF. As a costumer, changes play a key role in developing the continuity of your production. In this section, we'll discuss all of the different ways to create and edit a character's changes. There are multiple ways to create or assign a change to a character. One way is on the Changes table located on the Character View page. The Changes table can be accessed by scrolling down below the Scenes table or by clicking the Jump to Changes link at the top of the page. If you're working on a traditional episodic, be sure to have the appropriate episodes selected, as each episode will have its own Changes table. To create a change, click the blue Add button. In the pop-up that appears, type the change number, add an optional description, then click Create or Create and add another. To edit an existing change, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the desired change, then click Edit. Here, you can edit the change number and the description. Use the Edit All button to quickly edit multiple changes at once. To delete a change, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the change, then click Delete. Click Delete again to confirm. Another way that you can create and assign a change to a scene is on the Character View page. The Scenes table at the top of the page shows all of the scenes that specific character is in. To assign one of the character's existing changes to a scene, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the scene, then click Edit. Next, use the drop-down under the Change column to assign an existing change to that character. If you need to create a change, simply type the desired change number, then click Create. Click Save to confirm your edits. If you'd like to complete this process for multiple scenes at once, you can use the Edit All button at the top of the table. This button will open up all department-specific fields for editing, allowing you to create and assign changes to multiple scenes at once. Notice how this workflow can be helpful when working character by character. You can move to the next character by using the arrows at the top of the page. The final way that you can create changes is on the Scene View page. To do this, click the inline ellipsis in the row of a specific character, then click Edit. Next, use the drop-down under the Change column to assign an existing change to that character. If you need to create the change, simply type the desired change number, then click Create. Be sure to click Save when you're finished. If you'd like to complete this process for multiple characters at once, use the Edit All button at the top of the table. This button will open up all fields for editing, allowing you to create and assign changes for multiple characters at once. Notice how this workflow can be helpful when working scene by scene. You can utilize the arrows at the top of the page to easily move from one scene to the next. If you receive a script revision that requires you to remove or insert a change between two existing changes, you can edit those existing change numbers from a character view page by incrementing or decrementing your changes. This will renumber the existing changes wherever they are, so no work would need to be redone, as the same change will be assigned to the scene, just with its new number. For both incrementing and decrementing, any costume items, sceneware notes, or photos attached to the change will also move with your changes. For example, if you need to insert a new change in between change 2 and 3, you can increment change 3 to make room for the new change. To do so, navigate to the Changes table on the Character View page, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the change you'd like to increment, then click Edit. You'll notice an up and down arrow in the change number field. Clicking the up arrow will increment the change, while clicking the down arrow will decrement it. For this example, let's increment the change by clicking the up arrow. By doing this, change 3 will become change 4 will become change 5, and so on. The inventory and photos linked to these changes will move as well. Now we have space for a new change to be inserted. We can simply click the blue Add button and create a new change 3. Similarly, decrementing can be used to fill the gap when a change has been deleted or will be used later in the script. For example, let's say we no longer need change 3, so let's delete it. Now you'll see we have a gap between change 2 and 4. To fix this, we can decrement change 4 to close the gap. To do so, click the vertical ellipsis in line with change 4, then click Edit. This time, let's click the down arrow to decrement change 4. Now change 4 will become change 3, change 5 will become change 4, and so on. Now the gap has been closed. There are various types of notes in SyncOnSet, as well as different places where you can leave them. Where notes are used to describe a way a change is worn in a particular scene. They can be viewed or edited on the Scene View page, Character View page, or the Change View page. Simply click the relevant vertical ellipsis, then click Edit. Leave your notes, then click Save once you're finished. There are also department-specific notes, which can be found on the sidebar of those same 3 pages, with the addition of the Actor View page. These notes can be anything you'd like to leave that's relevant to that particular entity. To add a note, click the pencil icon in the sidebar. Leave your note, then click Save once you're finished. Both of these types of notes will only be viewable by those who have access to the Costumes department. At this point, we've created our changes and assigned those changes to scenes. Now, let's add the inventory or individual items that make up the change. This process can be done on the Change View page, which you can find by using Universal Search, or by clicking the hyperlinked change number on a Scene View page or Character View page. To add a new item to the change, click the blue Add button, then click Create New Item. In the pop-up, enter the item name. The other fields are optional. When creating inventory on the Change View page, you'll notice that the item will automatically be added to the character's closet as indicated by the character field here. Next, click Create. This both creates and adds the item to the current change. Alternatively, you can click the plus button to create and add another, which will create the item and leave the form open, allowing you to save some time if you're creating multiple items at once. You can also add existing items to the change as well. To do so, click the blue Add button, then click Add Existing Item. Next, you'll need to locate the item that you'd like to add to the change. Use the Closet dropdown to see all of the items in the respective character's closet. Notice how you can add a different character's inventory to the change. To further narrow down your results, you can use the search bar at the top right and search for the name of the item. Next, click the blue plus button to add the item to the change, then click Done. Now that we've built out our change, let's talk about reordering the items in the change. On the leftmost column on the items table, you'll notice a reorder icon indicated by 6 dots. To reorder the items in the change, simply click the reorder icon and drag the item to the desired location. We find that many teams like to order their items from head to toe, inside out. Note that changing the order of the items on this page will change it for everyone else as well. Also, changing the order of the items will also change the order that they appear on reports, including bag tags. The inventory index provides a full list of all pieces of inventory across the production. Note that inventory is not episode specific, meaning all inventory is available across all episodes in an episodic production. To create new inventory, click the blue Add button in the top right corner of the table. You'll notice that there are a few different fields that we can use to enter specific item details. I want to point out the gear icon in the top right of the pop-up. Click this icon to add or remove which fields will appear on the form. This allows you to only see the fields that are relevant to your current production. Now you can enter all of the desired item details. Note that name is the only required field. When adding a brand, you can select an option from the list, or you can create your own by typing a brand name and clicking Create. Once you've filled out all of the information that you'd like, it's time to create the item. You can do so by clicking one of the 3 blue buttons at the bottom of the pop-up. The Create button simply confirms the details that you've entered and creates the item. The Duplicate button will create the item, then the form will remain on the page with all of the details copied so that you can create multiple versions of the same item. For example, this is useful in situations where you might have 2 of the same shirt that will be worn by 2 different characters. You can enter the details of the first version, click the Duplicate button, change the character field to the second character, then click the Create button. Now you'd be left with 2 versions of the same shirt, one assigned to each character. Finally, the Create and Add Another button will create the item, then wipe the fields so that a new item can be created. The inventory index can be customized and filtered to show you exactly the information that you need. You'll notice that we have a decent amount of columns by default. To add or remove columns, click the Choose Columns button to the left of the inventory search bar, then click the checkbox in line with the columns that you'd like to add or remove. The columns can also be rearranged. To do so, click the column header, then drag the column to the desired position. You can resize a column by dragging the edges of a column header to expand or compress it. The column choices and layout that you decide will be saved in your web browser so that they will remain the same no matter how many times you log out and back in again. You also have the ability to display 25, 50, or 100 rows of items per page by using the drop-down at the bottom of the table. You can sort the inventory index by a particular column by clicking the column header. Click again to sort in the other direction. Keep in mind that you cannot sort by certain fields, including quantity, quantity note, or disposition note. You can also filter the inventory index by character to easily find all of the items that are in that character's closet. To add a character filter, click the filter icon to the right of the inventory search bar, then select a character from the drop-down. You can add as many character filters as you would like. To remove a filter, simply click the X in line with the character filter. Another way that you can filter the inventory index is by using the inventory search bar. For example, type in jeans to only view the jeans in your production. Note, the search bar will only search the columns that you have surfaced on the inventory index and will not search all columns. Categories and statuses are great ways to organize and keep track of your inventory. Categories are used to indicate the type of item that you're editing or creating. The default categories for the costume department are clothing, accessory, footwear, and comfort. However, you can create custom categories as well as modify the existing ones. This way, you can have the categories that work best with your production. To do so, click the horizontal ellipsis button, then click Edit Custom Types/Categories. In the pop-up that appears, you have a few options. To create a new category, click the Add Category button, then type a new name in the New Category text box. To edit the existing categories, simply type your edits in the text box for that category. Note that this will also update the category for any items that were previously assigned the old name. Finally, to delete a category, click the trash can icon in line with the category you'd like to delete, then confirm by clicking the Delete button. Note that deleting a category will wipe the category from any inventory that was assigned to it. Statuses are used to track the status of your inventory and can be customized in a similar way as categories. The default statuses that are available include ordered, received, returned, and shipped. The method of customizing statuses is mostly the same as categories, with the exception that statuses can also be color-coded for ease of viewing. To change the color of a status, click the horizontal ellipsis button, then click Edit Custom Statuses. In the pop-up that appears, click the color dot to the left of the status name, then select the desired color from the options. This will cause any inventory with this status to appear in that color when viewing the inventory index. The bulk update button on the inventory index can be used to quickly and easily update certain fields for multiple items at once. Currently, the fields that can be bulk updated are character, category/type, status, storage location, wrap box, and disposition. To bulk update, select the inventory you want to update by checking the boxes on the far left. Check the box at the top to select all of the inventory on the page. If your inventory exists across multiple pages, click the Select All Across All Pages hyperlink to select the inventory on the additional pages as well. Next, click the Bulk Update button and use the drop-down to update the desired fields. When you're finished, be sure to click Save to confirm your edits. Let's take a look at this scenario to put what we've learned so far into practice. Let's say that all of the jeans in our production have been returned and we need to indicate this in SyncOnSet. First, we should filter the inventory index by searching for jeans in the inventory search bar. Now, we're only seeing the jeans in our production. Next, we'll use the Select All checkbox at the top left of the table in order to select all of our jeans. Finally, we'll click the Bulk Update button and update the status to Returned. Click Save and it's as simple as that. Generating an inventory report allows you to export either specific inventory items or your full inventory list, along with the columns and information that have been surfaced on the inventory index. To generate the report, check the boxes in line with the items that you want to export, or check the top box on the table to select all of the items on the page. Remember that you can select all items across all pages by clicking the link that states Select All Inventory Pieces Across All Pages. Next, click the horizontal ellipsis at the top right of the inventory table and click Export. You can either export the report as a PDF, which will contain photos, or as a CSV or spreadsheet file. It's important to note that both the column choices and the column order will be reflected on both reports. With that in mind, you'll want to choose your desired columns and arrange them in the order that you'd like before generating the report. The Inventory View page displays all of the details and photos for a specific piece of inventory. To access the Inventory View page, simply click the hyperlinked inventory name on either the Inventory Index, Change View page, or wrapbox view page. At the top of the page, you'll see the Item Details table. This table shows all of the information that has been entered across the various fields in SyncOnSet. Note that only the fields that have information will appear on this table. On the Inventory View page, there are a couple of different ways to edit an item's details. You can either click the Edit Item button at the top of the Item Details table, or you can click the sidebar ellipsis on the right, then click Edit. Both options will open up the same edit form where you can add or modify any of the item's details. Remember, the gear icon will allow you to display only the fields that you'd like if you prefer a more streamlined view when creating or editing. Once you click Save, your edits will automatically appear on the Item Details table. Users in the Costumes department will see a Changes table on the Inventory View page. This table shows all of the changes that an item is used in. Also, you'll notice that the character name and change number are hyperlinked, so you can go directly to that page from the Item View page. Once you've created your inventory, you can upload photos from the sidebar on the Inventory View page. To do so, click the sidebar ellipsis on the right, then click Add Photo. In the pop-up that appears, you can either drag and drop your photos anywhere in this box, or you can select files to find and select the photos to upload. You'll notice the specific inventory tag will automatically be applied to the photos. If you add only one photo, it will automatically be designated the main photo for the item. If you add multiple photos, the leftmost one will become the main photo. Click Save, and now the photos will appear in the photo carousel on the sidebar. The main photo will appear enlarged at the top of the carousel. Clicking the photo will open the photo viewer. We can see that this is the main photo for the item by the illuminated star icon in line with the inventory tag. You can change the main photo by navigating to the desired photo, then clicking the star icon in line with the tag. The gallery displays all of the photos that have been uploaded to the production under each department that you have access to. To access the gallery, click Gallery in the top navigation bar. By default, the gallery will display untagged continuity photos. If you don't see anything when you first land on the gallery, that's good. It means that photos are tagged to entities. We'll talk about sorting and filtering the gallery later on in the course. You'll notice a colored dot at the bottom left corner of each photo. These indicate which department a photo has been uploaded under. Photos uploaded to the Costumes department will be indicated by a purple dot. In SyncOnSet, there are various ways that you can upload photos to the website depending on your workflow. For example, if you're uploading photos in bulk, we suggest uploading them from the gallery. To do so, hover your cursor over Gallery in the top navigation bar, then click Add Photos. Next, you can either drag and drop photo files from your desktop, or click Select Files to browse through your desktop files to search for the photos you'd like to upload. Be sure your photo is in JPEG, JPG, or PNG file type. You can tag the photos by typing the name or number of any entity in your production into the search bar on the right. Then, select the appropriate tags from the search results. If the photo is a research or fitting photo, use the Mark as Research button to designate it as such. Click Save to finish uploading your photos. On the other hand, if you're looking to upload photos to a specific entity, such as a character, scene, change, or item, it's best to upload those photos from that entity's view page. To upload photos from a view page, click the sidebar ellipsis on the right, then click Add Photo. From here, you'll follow the same steps as when uploading from the gallery. Notice that the photos are automatically tagged to the entity of the view page that you're on. This can help you save time when uploading and tagging photos. It's important to tag your photos in order to easily organize and locate your photos as you navigate through SyncOnSet. Photo tags tell you exactly what entities a specific photo is associated with, whether it's a scene, character, change, or item. When it comes time to generate your continuity book, photos must be tagged correctly in order for them to appear in the right place on the report. We recommend tagging photos when they are initially uploaded. However, if you skip this step or need to add additional tags, you can tag your photos from the gallery. First, locate the photos you'd like to tag by using the gallery search bar or the drop-down menus in the top right corner. By default, the gallery will display all untagged continuity photos when you first access it. Once you've located the desired photos, click the blue tag button. Next, click each of the photos that you'd like to tag, then click the tag button again. In the pop-up that appears, use the search bar to search for the entity that you'd like to tag the photos to. You can add as many tags as you'd like. If the photo is a research or fitting photo, you can use the Tag as Research toggle to mark the photos as research. When you're all finished adding tags, click Tag to confirm your changes and apply the tags to the photos. If you need to remove a tag from a photo, click the photo to open the photo viewer, then click the X in line with the tag that you'd like to remove. There are a few different ways the gallery can be sorted and filtered to display exactly the photos that you're looking for. The gallery is responsive to both the department selector if you have access to multiple departments, as well as the episode selector if you're working on a traditional episodic. On the top right side of the gallery, you'll see two drop-down menus that allow you to filter the gallery. The one on the right allows you to switch between viewing continuity photos and viewing research photos. The one on the left allows you to either view untagged photos or all photos by scene, shoot date, or character. The gallery search bar on the left can be used to find photos that were tagged to a specific entity. You can start by searching for the category of the entity, for example, characters, scenes, or changes, or you can search for a more specific entity name like Aiden or Scene 3. To complete your search, be sure to click the desired result from the list. Now you'll see photos that have been tagged to that specific entity. After you've sorted and filtered the gallery to display the photos that you'd like, you can generate a gallery report to either print the photos or download them as a PDF. To do so, click the Print button at the top right of the gallery. In the pop-up that appears, select the number of photos that you'd like to appear on each page and whether or not you'd like photo tags or photo notes to appear beneath the photos. Note that there's not an option to have tags and notes appear when selecting 9 photos per page. Once you've selected your desired options, click Generate. The report will automatically open in a new tab where it can be printed or saved as a PDF. Note that if the report has a large number of photos, it may take some extra time in order to fully generate. It's best practice to wait until all of the photos have loaded on the print preview before printing or saving the report. The Wrapbox index contains a list of all of the Wrapboxes that have been created in your production. On this page, you can view, create, and edit your Wrapboxes. You'll notice the following column headers at the top of the table: box number, box description, storage location, department, and palette. You can sort the Wrapbox index by clicking these column headers. The search bar in the top left can be used to locate the exact Wrapbox that you're looking for. The search functionality searches across all fields except for the department field. A CSV or spreadsheet file containing the information on this page can be generated by clicking the horizontal ellipsis in the top right, then click Export. Wrapboxes can be created in a few different places in SyncOnSet. To create a Wrapbox from the Wrapbox index, click the blue Add button in the top right. In the pop-up that appears, enter the Wrapbox information. Only the number is required. Once you're finished, click Create to create the Wrapbox, or click the plus icon to create the Wrapbox and add another. Wrapboxes can also be created on the Inventory index. With the Wrapbox column surfaced, click the vertical ellipsis in line with an item that you'd like to wrap, then click Edit. In the pop-up, you can type a number in the box field, then click Create. Next, add a quantity in box, and click Save. This will both create the Wrapbox as well as wrap the item in that box. Finally, Wrapboxes can be created on both the Inventory and Change View pages. To do so, click the pencil icon in line with Wrapbox info, which is located on the sidebar on the right. You'll be presented with a similar Edit Wrapbox pop-up as on the Inventory index, with the exception that creating the Wrapbox on the Change View page will wrap the entire change in the box that you've created. Storage locations can be created on the Inventory index or on the Wrapbox index. Once they are created, you can edit them as needed. To do so, click the horizontal ellipsis at the top of the table, then click Edit Storage Locations. You can type in the text boxes to edit the name of any existing storage locations. Click the trash can icon to delete a storage location. Click the Add Storage Location button if you need to create a new storage location. Type out the new name, then click Done to save your edits. If you ever need to update the information for any of your existing wrap boxes, you can do so on the Wrapbox index. To do so, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the wrap box that you'd like to edit, then click Edit. Make your edits, then click Save. To edit multiple wrap boxes at once, utilize the Edit All button at the top of the table. This button will open up all fields for editing. Be sure to click Save once you're finished. If you need to delete a wrap box, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the desired wrap box, then click Delete. Click Delete once more to confirm. The Wrapbox view page displays all of the Wrapbox details as well as the inventory in a particular Wrapbox. To access this page, click any hyperlinked Wrapbox number on the Wrapbox index. You can also access this page from any page where a Wrapbox number appears. In the center of the page, you'll notice inventory tables, which display the details of the inventory that have been added to this Wrapbox. You can use the Choose Columns button at the top right of the table to customize which information you'd like to see on this page. These options mimic the options you have on the inventory index. You can group the inventory in the Wrapbox by character or by change by clicking the respective hyperlink directly under the Wrapbox name. When grouping by change, each change will have its own inventory table. The sidebar on the right displays the Wrapbox photo, details like the description and storage location, as well as which costume changes are wrapped in this box. Once your Wrapbox has been created, it's time to start adding inventory to it. The blue Add button will allow you to either add existing inventory, add an entire existing change, or create new inventory. To add existing inventory, click the blue Add button, then select Add Existing Inventory. By default, you'll be presented with inventory that is not assigned to a particular character. You can filter the inventory by character by clicking the closet dropdown on the top left. Scroll through the list to locate the desired character, or simply start typing that character's name to locate them faster. Use the search bar in the top right to further narrow down your results. Once you've found the inventory that you'd like to wrap, click the blue plus button in line with that item to add it to the Wrapbox. Click Done once you're finished. You can also wrap an entire costume change at once. To do so, click the blue Add button, then click Add Existing Change. In the pop-up that appears, click the character dropdown to select the character. Again, you can type the character's name to find them faster. If you're working on a traditional episodic production, select the episode that the change is in. Finally, click the Changes dropdown and select each change that you'd like to add to the Wrapbox. Notice that you can add multiple changes at once in this step. Click the blue Add button when finished. Now that you've added a change to the Wrapbox, you'll see this reflected in the sidebar on the right. To remove a change from the Wrapbox, click the X in line with the change, then click Delete. Note that this does not delete the change, but simply removes it from the Wrapbox. When viewing the inventory that has been wrapped, you may notice a curved arrow in line with certain items. This is an indication that the item is used in multiple changes and has been wrapped with a different change in the same Wrapbox. If you'd like to wrap the item with that particular change instead, simply click the curved arrow. This will affect how data appears on the Wrapbox reports, which we'll discuss later. To remove an individual item from the Wrapbox, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the item, then click Remove. Click Remove again to confirm. Notice how the item is still listed under the change, but now the quantity in box has been updated to show that 0 remain in the Wrapbox. Speaking of the quantity in box, this value indicates the total quantity of that item within a specific Wrapbox. For example, you'll notice that this hat is used in multiple changes, and the quantity in box field indicates that all 4 of them are wrapped in this box. If we update the quantity in box to 3, you'll notice that this updates the value in each change that has been wrapped in this box. This is because the quantity in box represents the total amount within the entire Wrapbox. I also wanted to show that it's possible to have inventory wrapped across multiple Wrapboxes. For example, we can wrap that single hat in a different wrap box so that our first wrap box will have 3 of 4 in the box, while the other will have 1 of 4 in the box. Finally, let's recap all of the additional places in SyncOnSet where you can wrap inventory. First, you can wrap inventory from the inventory index. With the wrap box column surfaced, click the vertical ellipsis in line with the item you'd like to wrap, then click Edit. Next, click the Edit Wrap Boxes button. In the pop-up, you can choose or create which box to wrap the item in, as well as specify the quantity in box. If you leave the quantity field blank, the system will automatically wrap the total quantity of the item in the box. If you need to split the quantity between multiple boxes, click Add Another and add the necessary information. Click Save, then save again to confirm your edits. You can also wrap in bulk by using the Bulk Update button. Select each item you'd like to wrap, click Bulk Update, then use the Wrap Box drop-down to select or create a wrap box. Click Save to confirm. You can also wrap inventory on the Change View page by using the sidebar on the right. To do so, click the pencil icon in line with wrap box info. Next, select or create the wrap box you'd like to add the change to. Click Save, and this will wrap the entire change into the desired wrap box. The final place that you can wrap inventory is on the Inventory View page. Using the sidebar on the right, click the pencil icon in line with wrap box info. Select or create the desired wrap box, specify the quantity in box, then click Save to confirm. In this section, we'll cover all of the reports that are available to the Costumes department. It's important to note that most of the reports are episode-specific and are responsive to the episode selector. Let's start with the Scenes reports. The All Scenes report can be generated as an outline without characters, as well as detailed with characters. When generated as an outline, the report contains a list of all of the scenes in your production. Information will include the scene number, the script day, the shoot date, and script location. When generated as a detailed report with characters, the report contains the same information as the outline, but will also include the principal and background characters in each scene, along with their changes in that scene and a short description of the change. Where notes can be generated on this report by selecting the Print Scene Where Notes checkbox to the right of the Generate Report button. You can click Data Export in line with this report to download a CSV spreadsheet file that includes the scene number, script day, shoot date, script location, scene description, and principal characters. The Crossplot report generates a crossplot of all scenes, changes, and characters. You can choose to include all characters, or you can just select specific characters for the report. You can also choose to sort by scene number or shoot date. To print this report in color, be sure to check the box for color coding prior to generating the report. Then check the box for background graphics in the print preview. The shoot date report generates all of the scenes from the selected episode that are shot within the input date range. Information includes scene number, script day, script location, and scene description, along with the characters in each scene and the changes assigned, as well as any descriptions added. If you're block shooting, you'll need to generate a report for each episode contained in your date range. Next, let's discuss cast and actor reports. The character report generates a list of all of the characters in the selected episode. Information includes character numbers, names, genders, descriptions, and the linked actors. You can choose to generate the report for principal characters, background characters, or all characters in the episode. This report can also be downloaded as a CSV spreadsheet file by clicking Data Export. The actor fitting report generates all of the fitting information that has been input for an actor, along with their contact information, the roles they play, their headshot, and any actor and costume notes that have been added. The cast fitting report generates a chart of all of your actors' fitting information. If your production is an episodic, this can be generated by episode or for the whole season. Next, let's discuss the change reports, which contain information especially useful for the costumes department. The changes detail report is your continuity book. This report displays all the photos tagged to changes sorted by scene or character. When sorting by scene, you'll be able to select up to 5 scenes to appear on the report. When sorting by character, you can either generate the report for all characters or just select the characters you need. If you'd like either continuity or research photos to appear on the report, be sure to select those options before generating it. Once generated, the report displays the characters' changes, the scenes they are worn in, any scene-where notes, the inventory and the change, and any photos tagged to the change if the option to display photos was selected. The Changes Outline report is a simplified outline of your character's changes and which scenes they've been assigned. This report can be generated for all characters or just a specific character. When generated for all characters, you can choose to have each character appear on a separate page by selecting the checkbox to the right of the Generate Report button. The Changes Episodic report breaks down the character's changes by episode. Select 2 episodes in the dropdowns, and the report will run those episodes and all in between. The Bag Tag report generates details of a character's change in a concise form that's easy to read from the outside of a garment bag. There are 2 different types of Bag Tag reports, one for printing on a regular printer, and the other for printing on a label printer like a Dymo. Both reports will display the same information. To generate the report, either select all characters or select a specific character from the dropdown. Next, choose the level of detail that you'd like on both the front and back of the tag. Front options include Standard, Detailed, Basic, and None. Back options include Standard, with change description, and None. The most detailed report can be generated by selecting Front Detailed and Back with change description. Once you've made your selections, click Generate Report. The report will open in a new tab where you can print to your desired printer. The Change Gallery report generates all of the continuity photos that have been tagged to a specific character's change. You can change the number of photos that appear on each page, as well as change the orientation of the page from portrait to landscape. Note that this report is purely for generating photos of the change, as there will not be any information about scenes or notes on this report. Finally, let's discuss inventory and wrap reports. The All Items report generates a simplified list of all of the inventory in your production, sorted by character. You can use the character dropdown to generate the report for only specific characters if you'd like. If you're working on a traditional episodic, note that inventory is not episode specific, and generating the All Items report will cover all episodes. The Assets report generates a list of all of the inventory that has a total cost at or exceeding a defined price threshold. Also, any inventory that is given an asset number will appear on the report, regardless of the price threshold. Use the price threshold text box to input the cost at which your studio defines its assets before generating the report. The Item Vendor report lists items and where they were bought, rented, made to order, or promoted from. The report can be customized to sort by character or vendor, and can also be filtered to just certain characters or vendors. The Hold Tags report generates tags for rental items that need to be held until a certain date. The tags are formatted to print from a label writer. When generating the report, you have a few options. You can change the name of the tag from Hold to Embargo. You can generate just the front, just the back, or both the front and back of the tag. Tags can be generated from either all characters or just select characters. They can also be generated for all rental houses or just select ones. Once you have selected your options, click Generate to generate your report in a new tab. Note, for items to appear on the Hold Tag report, they must have been given a purchase type of rent. The Wrapbox report lists your wrap boxes and all of the items that have been added to those wrap boxes. The report can be customized in a few different ways. You can generate the report for all wrap boxes, or just specific ones. You can make each wrap box appear on a separate page by selecting Yes to this option. Finally, you can choose which inventory columns you'd like to appear on the report. You can choose a maximum of 10 columns before generating it. Name and quantity are the only required column choices. Once the report has been generated, you'll be able to view which items are wrapped in each box, as well as the total quantity of each item in the box. When wrapping by change, any full changes that have been wrapped in a single wrap box will be displayed at the top of the page beneath the wrap box header. Beneath that, you'll see the contents of each change that have been wrapped. You may notice an asterisk in place of the quantity for a particular item. This occurs when the same item is used in multiple changes and those changes have been wrapped in the same wrap box. The asterisk simply indicates that the total quantity of that item has already been indicated in a different change. For example, let's say we have a character who wears a knit hat in both his change 1 and change 2, and we have 4 hats total. Next, we've wrapped both of these changes in the same wrap box. When we generate the report, we'll see that we have 4 hats wrapped with change 1, which indicates that there are a total of 4 hats in this box. When we look at change 2 in the report, we'll see a line for the knit hat since they appear in this change. However, the quantity will be an asterisk, which indicates that the total quantity has already been accounted for in the previous change. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have any questions about the content in this video, feel free to reach out to us. You can also check out our Help Center at support.synconset.com for additional resources.